All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon when you're watching this video. This is my discussion video on Module 4 about Dan Pink's video. I'm going to read the question, then I'm going to answer the question. But I'm going to apply this question not to my current church that I'm at, but I'm going to apply it to the project that I'm doing within the church. So for the most part, when I do these discussion videos, I'm normally focusing in on the church, but I think this question really does focus more on my project. So here's the question. After watching Dan Pink's video, reflect on the question related to developing followers through autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Why might this be just as important to volunteers as it is to paid staff? How does this insight apply to your organization culture? What does this reveal about your culture? What might need to change? So I'm going to apply this to my project. And my project simply is I'm creating a nonprofit called the Center of Reconciliation, and its sole purpose is to teach people how to become better anti-racists through reconciliation, helping the community deal with the woes of reconciliation through truth and reconciliation commissions, and helping people, bringing folks into this organization to help them actually deal with interpersonal conflict and intrapersonal conflict based upon biblical principles. So this is going to be a nonprofit that is attached to the church, but also attached to the community. So it'd be like two outer circles, one being the community, the other being the church. In the middle circle would be this Institute for Reconciliation. So let me start out by saying that I don't believe that there's a difference between work as it relates to ministry. You may get paid for the work that you do, or you may not get paid for the work that you do. But being paid and not paid doesn't make sense as it relates to ministry. So I personally, I don't agree with the term volunteer as it relates to ministry. You're either giving up your time and energy for free, or you're being paid to do so based upon the tasks that are given. So you may be giving multiple tasks that really require you to kind of really focus in on that, and you get paid to do so, as in like clergy, deacons, and also those that may get paid to do like youth ministry or director of outreach. You may get paid to do so. Then there's other folks that do work that aren't being paid. That is ministry. So I don't believe in the idea that there is paid. If you get paid, that's your job, and if you don't get paid, that's volunteerism. I believe that if you do it for the name, if you do it for the kingdom value, then it's ministry and it's all work. So that's the first thing that I think is important. But I think the idea of purpose. So I've formed a team of 11 individuals who are a very high functioning group of individuals. I've got lawyers, people that are professors, that have doctorates. Then I have people that are just kind of grassroots activists within this group. And we're creating this thing, but we're creating it under the guise that, and I actually believe that this institute literally is the answer to what we're looking for as it relates to South Minneapolis, the Midwest, and maybe the world. How do people engage in reconciliation without going to a college institution and spending thousands of dollars? My response is that there needs to be a place that people can go and be trained for free, right? Have the skill and knowledge to engage in racial reconciliation without having to pay a great deal of funds. So I'm creating this institution to where it's a nonprofit, to where we actually pay the staff. That way, students don't have to incur a payment whatsoever. So I think, what's the purpose? I think a purpose that speaks to the conditions of the world in which we live in. I think my institute does that, and so I think that's a great. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think that's the best way to go. That my purpose is grandiose, but I think it's also very powerful as it relates to creating an environment that teaches racial reconciliation. Profit, there's actually no profit that's a part of this thing, so I'm not that concerned about the profit versus purpose concept. I think that autonomy is also being addressed in this thing as it relates to racial reconciliation, that we are all participants in this thing, right? So we all have a part to play in this. And then also mastery. So reconciliation, the way I understand it, that comes out of 2 Corinthians, is an art form, right? There's an art form about being a reconciler. And I think that as I present the autonomy of it's on you and also on others, the idea this is something you can master, and then also I think my purpose fits well for those that are volunteering. And so again, I started out this project with I think 11, 12, 13, with 13 individuals, and only 2 of them have dropped off. The rest are like really, really excited about creating this nonprofit and moving forward. So those are my thoughts on autonomy, mastery, and purpose as it relates to Dan Pink's video and my project. Take care. Peace. Thank you.